Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Everyday aches and pains can be a real pain in the you-know-what, or wherever you have the pain. Dr. Neha Vias is here. She's a family medicine specialist at the Cleveland Clinic, here with some solutions. And I guess a lot of people must get up with aches and pains in the morning, right? No matter how old you are.
Yes, they do. Every day, and there's different parts of the body that's involved.
So what do you do about this kind of thing? You just start moving slow, or do we have some kind of cure for this kind of thing?
Unfortunately, no cure, but there are ways to get around that. Certainly getting up and having an exercise routine that incorporates some flexibility and some gentle stretching is really important.
What about that person that relies on going to the aspirin bottle all the time? What do you think about that?
Well, that's certainly a way to manage it, but there are other ways to manage it as well.
What are some of the more common aches and pains that everybody's going to, all of a sudden you go like, oh man, I got this pain, something must be wrong with me. But as you get a little bit older, is there something that sort of you can count on happening?
Well, certainly the spine is one of the most common areas involved. Neck, lower back, those seem to be the areas which bring patients to their family doctors or their physicians.
I know I like when I get up in the morning, I don't like to move real fast, so I'll sit around the bed, watch like a half hour of news, get ready for the day, have some coffee. And then when I get up, I do have a little like pain base my back or something like that. Are there special exercises or things you can do to help that?
Certainly. I think stretching or yoga is really important to get those muscles and those joints limber and moving. And especially if you're one of those weekend warriors who likes to exercise a lot on the weekends, trying to incorporate some stretches or some flexibility exercises most days of the week would be helpful.
You bring up weekend warriors. There's some danger in doing that and being that, thinking you can do next week what you were able to do 2 months ago. I mean, taking care of yourself, moving along slowly?
Well, I think it depends on how physically active you are during the weekdays, and certainly if you are fairly active and keep yourself in shape, then it's easier to do on the weekends. Mm-hmm. But everybody should have something that they do every day.
You brought up the yoga. So somebody hasn't done something for a long time, exercise, and they're going to think about doing yoga. Is there a certain way to go about it so you don't injure yourself? Because it seems like if you haven't exercised for a long time, you start doing something, more possibility of injury.
Yes, you are right. And it's great to remember to start slow and just do as much as your body can allow, and maybe add a few extra minutes every day or every few days until you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Is there some way we can help ourselves feel better or protect ourselves through diet?
Yes, a diet is really important. If you're sitting there eating things that are high in saturated fats or high in sugars, you may start to feel the effects of diet over a long period of time. So it's best to eat a healthy diet, maybe more of a Mediterranean diet, and keep yourself healthy that way.
How about caffeine, like tea and coffee and all that kind of stuff? Does that have any kind of effect or adverse effects?
Well, caffeine in moderation certainly helps with keeping your attention and your exercise level high, but anything in excess is not necessarily a good thing.
One of the things I love about winter in the Cleveland area is it gets really cold.
Yes, it does.
And you start moving around a little less and you get a little stiffened up like this. Does this have an effect on how your muscles and bones feel?
I think so. You really want to make sure you try to have good posture during the daytime, and especially if you have a job that requires sitting all day, you want to keep your posture correct and work on those core exercises as well.
Okay, so is there a couple clues or hints we could do to make ourselves feel better all the time? I mean, is it just getting old? Is this tough luck? Or?
Well, part of it, but certainly keeping yourself at a good weight and keeping yourself active, incorporating some cardiovascular and some flexibility exercises, trying to keep your stress to a minimum, maybe practice some meditation. All of those things combined will help you.
How does sleep play into this?
Sleep is also very important, making sure you get the right amount of sleep for you, which could be different for everybody.
So everyone talks about 8 hours, but 8 hours might not be right for everyone.
And some people may need a little more, and some people may need a little less.
How much do you sleep a night?
Not enough some days.
That's what everybody says.
Yes.